chaos, we just begun. This is Chat One and Done.
Welcome, brave souls, to Chat One and Done, the only tavern where the beer's flat, the dice are cursed, and the bathroom is definitely haunted. I'm your host, Rudy, your guide, and the poor fool who agreed to pay tonight's tab. And tonight, we have a legendary guest squeezing into the wobbly tavern chair. Tonight, we have John from GamingCreations. How you doing, bud?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing, man. We're doing, surviving.
Trying to figure out how to get the poltergeist out of the damn tavern bathroom, but you know, that's always a chore.
Man, at this point, I say we just set up a bucket outside.
I think you got a point there.
Yep, thriving and surviving. All right, man.
Day.
So, I'm going to just start off by asking just a couple of softball questions.
All right, cool.
Who was the world famous pitcher in 1942 on the softball team of Shigandwe?
Shigandwe? I have no idea.
Yeah, me either. But again, he said softball questions. He does it every
Dude,
time.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to do it. That's why I gave that little pause right there. I was like, let's see what he says this week. So, John, how long have you been interested in like D&D? Because I know everybody has their own little time span. Like some people have been in it way longer than others.
I guess so when I was in high school, I'd kind of heard about D&D, and I had that's when I picked up an interest in it. But nobody was really in my friend group was really interested in it, and so I never really got to explore it. And then I got into college, same thing. That's whenever I started playing like Magic the Gathering. I got into like Pokemon TCG a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I started to kind of get those more of those type of friends. And then what really got me into it was probably like last year. I started watching the Viva La Dirt League D&D because I had saw that I'd like their shorts on Facebook, the Epic NPC, the board office videos. And then I saw they were doing D&D, and I was like, oh, cool, I got to check this out because I was really interested in D&D, but again, never had any like chance. So the second I started watching it, I got immediately hooked. And then I have 3D printers, so I started printing minis just for fun. And then I got the Essentials kit for Dragon of Icespire Peak, and I was going to run it for some of my friends. So I started prepping it, and I figured the only way I'd really get to play is if like I DM'd, because everybody who I talked to, because I now have friends that are interested in playing, but nobody really wanted to DM. So I'm like, screw it, I'll be the DM if it means I get to play, because it looks really fun, and I think it'd be awesome to play. And then as I got more into that, I started posting on Instagram. So like painting minis, doing terrain. I also do like the Pokemon wood burnings, and now the wood burnings with the crews. And so like from there, I've met like a lot of really cool people, and my page is kind of taken off. And so now I'm just kind of hopping around playing with all you guys, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, I was scrolling through your page the other day, and I was looking through, and I was like, damn, dude, like this is like some really really intricate, like the the Bullywug village that you're painting right now.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was like, damn, that's fucking sick. Because I paint minis too, but I've never done like a full like a terrain or like a model or anything like that. I've only ever stuck to like minis. But what is from everything you've painted, what is your favorite thing that you've painted so far? Because I feel like everybody has a little soft spot in their heart for like one mini.
Oh yeah, so for sure, hands down, it's my Heron Gon. He's like a warlock rogue is what I'm thinking of him as. He's got like the blue flame under his book he's holding a dagger. And I think that was one of my best minis that I've done as far as like the player characters. Yeah. I did just paint a Bullywug mini, and I think it might be taking my favorite, because I love frogs. I love tree frogs. They're like my favorite thing. Yeah. And that's what really inspired me to do this whole like swamp theme build. Yeah. And so but the Bullywug is going to be my favorite. But I'll be posting that probably next week.
Dude, I can't wait to see it. I was watching some of like the stuff you have on there. I was like, damn, dude. Like, that's sick. I think Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Say the crazy thing is like I never thought I'd be interested. I've never had an interest in like painting per se, like as like sitting down and actually like painting a picture or a scene or whatever. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try minis because it would save me a ton of money if I just printed and painted my own minis. Yeah. I painted one mini, immediately hooked.
For me, it was kind of the opposite, dude. Like I kind of had to like I did a couple of them, and I was like, I don't really like this. But
Mhm.
that's mainly because I have like really shaky hands, so it's harder for me like to paint stuff.
Yeah.
But like sitting down and actually like taking the time to like figure out how I'm gonna paint something and like the color scheme I want on it, it kind of feels like it kind of slows the world around me. So it kind of gives me a little like bubble to kind of focus on what I'm doing. Because I'm not sure if we ever sent you a picture of it, but I painted a dragon head that we got from Firebolt figurines, and we did like I did like a fucking I went detailed on this shit. I spent maybe like 2-3 hours on that, and I think by far that might be my favorite thing I've ever painted.
I don't think I've seen that. Go ahead and send it to me. I have seen your. I think it's a Ash versus Evil Dead. I
Yeah,
think it's a like a. I can't think of what it's called, like a Funko Pop style thing.
yeah, like the little chibi
Yeah.
style thing.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah, we did
But
we because we print 3D stuff as well. Like CJ prints it, I paint them.
yeah.
But I've done a couple of them like that. We did that one, and then we did a Mandalorian one too.
Oh, that's sick. I love the Mandalorian.
And then we did what I can't remember what it's called. It's called like an Ankrig or something like that. It's like a giant bug thing that we had done for a
Oh,
contest.
yeah, Ankeg. Yeah, those
Yeah,
things are
yeah.
sick.
Yes.
I did one too. I'm thinking about reposting it because it was like the first big mini I painted, and I posted it like a long time ago when I had like very little numbers, and like I don't really feel like it got the justice it deserves. So I'm thinking about reposting it because I actually really love how it turned out. It was my first like that's the like most detailed, not most detailed I've gotten, but most detailed I've gotten for that size, and it's really cool.
Yeah, we had the same thing, dude. We did it for a contest, and we got to like the finals, I think. And but that one took me forever. Like I had primered it like a couple times, and the primer wouldn't stick to it. I was like,
And I
oh,
scaled it up too, didn't I?
yeah, you did. You fucking that shit was massive.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
dude, like the amount of painting on that, I repainted that thing maybe like 3 or 4 times because I didn't like the color it came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking it's a lot of stuff, dude. It's like going into painting, but you also have like some other creative outlets. Like I saw some like your wood burning stuff that you have on there. Dude, that
Yeah.
must be fucking insane. How much time do you put into like one of those wood burning things? Because you're like so
It all,
detailed.
yeah. I honestly, it depends because I can spend an hour on a like a really simple one, and then I can spend up to like 3 or 4 on a more detailed one. So like for Tor and Rudy, or sorry, not Rudy, but Stony. There we go. For your guys's, it took me probably 2 or 3 hours a piece on those, and that was just because it's these are the most detailed I've ever done as far as like shading and I never considered myself like an artist. I say this all the time, but I've never considered myself like an artist because like shading has never made sense to me, and sketching, and drawing, and painting, and anything. So like I'm really stepping out of my comfort zone with these, but I really wanted to push myself because I knew I could do it. It was just how like for tours, I redid that one 3 times, and that's
Damn.
because the first one I did I burned a little too deep on the hand, and it like threw it off, and I'm like, I'm just gonna restart because I would have to sand the piece down and restart it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna start it over before I waste. I don't want to finish it and then want to start over. My wife was like, "It looks fine." I'm like, no, it doesn't look right. And then the second one I did, there was a knot. There was a knot right in the middle of his face, and I didn't realize it until I got like halfway through, and I was like, crap. So then I'm like, I'm doing it again because I want to do it right, and I want everybody because I wanted everybody's to be the same quality because I think it just made the most sense. So I did it a third time, and I'm not like a perfectionist, but I definitely have a level of quality that I like to hit before I'm okay with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Understandable.
That's
Yeah.
the fucking. It's the curse of the artist.
Yeah.
Your eye catches what others don't.
Well, and then I've looked at it too, where I'm like, I'm literally looking at these from like 10 inches away while I'm burning them. I'm gonna notice all the small stuff, and then but whenever I take a step, I stand them up, and then I take a step back, and I'm like, okay, this is actually they look really nice. It's not as off as I think it is because I'm noticing all those little lines where like maybe my hand shakes a little bit or whatever. And I'm also, mind you, I'm painting or I'm burning or painting or whatever I'm doing at like 4 a.m. and I have a lamp that I have my trifold project board thing that you would use for like a presentation.
Yeah.
I have that set on top so that I don't wake my kids up because it's for some reason it's too bright in the morning for my son, where it'll shine up the stairs at the perfect angle and like shine through like the cracks in his door, and then he'll come down while I'm trying to work, and I don't want him to wake up that early. So I am like working in like the dimmest of like almost like by candlelight when I'm doing this stuff.
Like medieval style.
Almost, it feels like it, and honestly, it's kind of a cool vibe. But it does get hard sometimes when you're painting and trying to color match.
True to the D&D craft.
Yeah, dude, I have
Yeah.
that same issue where my desk is located when I paint minis, I don't get that much light. So I have like a little above light that I bought like at a Family Dollar that you just like stick onto the fucking like the
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
you spray. Yeah, it's not bright enough. And I was like, I really don't want to have to go out and buy one of those ring lights or whatever.
Yeah.
But I might just have to, because like when I'm painting, like I get a color and I was like, oh, this is a cool color, and I take it out in the sun and it's like it's a completely different color.
I have like the opposite experience because I'm like, man, this color looks really cool, and I'll mix it up, and I get it like close to what I'm picturing in my head, and then I put it into the light. I'm like, actually, that looks way better than what I had originally thought it was going to. So sweet, that worked out.
I want to buy those little fucking like the glasses. They're like little magnifying glasses with a little light in the middle. I have to look into those. That's my next purchase if I'm gonna keep doing minis and painting them.
Yeah, I see. I get mine to where, like, for me, tabletop ready is how does it look from 3 feet away? If it looks good from 3 feet away, I'm happy with it because I'm not. I will touch up to an extent, but if it's something where, like, you know, whenever you get the brush and you're trying to cut in, and you get like, there's just one spot where no matter what color you're doing, it bleeds into the other color.
Yeah, I know
I just
exactly
leave
what you're
it.
talking about.
I leave it after a certain point if it's small enough and it's at like an angle that's like hard to reach. It's just like it's fine for what it is because you don't notice it until like whenever I'm like taking videos to post, that's whenever I notice stuff like that because I have the camera directly on it and I'm like, okay, yeah, now I see it, but like I don't worry about it too much because it still looks good for what I'm using it for.
Yeah.
And I'm not like selling them professionally. I have done some commission work for Nat 20 Dicery. Shout out to them; they've been awesome. But I haven't really gotten into it like too much to where I really feel like I need to go like that detailed and like that extra mile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like that's the thing. Like no matter how much like feedback I get, I'm like, oh, it looks great. I'm always gonna find one thing that I'm gonna nitpick, and then I'm gonna end up messing everything else up. I've done that so many times. Like fucking when I paint them, I'll be like, "Hey CJ, I'm gonna start painting that mini." He's like, "Oh hell yeah, dude!" And then he'll get like a message like 20 minutes later, and be like, "I fucked it up. This sucks. I hate this so much." And then like I'll finish it, and I'll bring it to him. He's like, "Dude, that looks sick." I was like, "No, but look at this part right here. This part I fucked up." He's like, "Dude, I can't even tell what you're talking about."
Yeah, you're your own worst critic. Yeah, that's definitely the truth.
Yeah.
Because again, you're looking at it so closely, and you've been looking at it for sometimes hours, and it's just like I just can't get it to work right. But then when you like, if my rule is for stuff that I've worked on, I'm like I'm gonna look at it tomorrow, and if I still don't like it, I'll restart.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like after, because I don't do it like in sessions. I don't do like, oh, I'm gonna do this first coat, and then I'm gonna like leave it, and then I'll come back to it another day. My thing is I obsess over it. Like if I start it, I have to finish it.
I'm close to that to where like I have at least a set goal. So like if I'm working on a mini, I will paint that whole mini. But if I'm working on a batch of minis, so like with the bullywugs, I did because I'm accidentally mixed too much green for the skin. I went ahead and just painted all of the ones I had primed. I'm like, because otherwise the paint's going to go to waste. And it's cheap. I mean, I use cheap Walmart paint, so it's not like it's that big of a waste. But like, while I got it mixed up, I may as well just go ahead and paint them. And sometimes that's all I get done in the morning. And I'm like, well, whatever, they're ready for tomorrow. So then this morning, I painted the rest of the one that I originally wanted to finish anyway. So I'm like, that's fine, it's good. I'm really happy. The eyes turned out sick. Like I did a wash of orange and yellow, and then I took my I have this little stylus pen thing, and it's for wood burning, for transferring the image, like tracing the image onto the wood. And it's basically just like a plastic pen almost with a metal ball on each side there, and they're all different sizes for like different thickness of lines. So I took the finest one that I have and I dipped it in black paint for the dots in the center of the eyes, and they look freaking cool. Like I think that's what really made the mini for me, is just that little detail. Because normally I don't do the eyes because they're just too small, and I'm like, it's not worth all the extra effort and stress and frustration of trying to get the eyes on these minis, because like sometimes the eye sockets are so small, and it's like I'm just gonna get paint all over the face. So I've just like, I'm not gonna do faces because I don't need them. I don't need them to be painted.
Yeah, I have the same issue. That's the hardest part for me is the face.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I'll just do like white dots on the eyes or like red dots for the eyes or whatever, and just be like, oh, well, that's what you get. I do like so
Yep.
much detail on the other stuff. Like one of the minis I'm working on right now, like I just finished it. I got to do like one last coat on it. Is for a buddy Zero. He had joined the Nat 1 campaign. Like later on, yeah, he played Islan. Well, you got to play with him. Yeah, he had an Asmer. I don't remember. I've never figured out how to say that.
Asmer.
Asmer.
Yeah, it's like a half Asmer, a half Drow, and his name's Islan. And I've had his mini because he like custom made it, and then he's like, "Can you paint it?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, for sure." I've had it on my desk for no lie like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just haven't found like the fucking, like I can't just sit down and do it. Like I have to want to do it, or else I'm just gonna half-ass it.
Yep. Completely get it.
You know what I'm talking about.
I've had a Bugbear mini primed for like a month now.
Same thing. I've had a CJ made a Tor one, and I've had fucking Izzy and Tor on my desk for the longest time, and I just barely finished them like this week. But they have like amazing detail, like the color saturation's perfect on them. I was like, when I want to, I can make great looking minis. I just have to sit down and want to.
You're gonna have to send me like a photo dump in Discord, because I need to see these.
Dude, I got you.
And I just did a Bander Hob. I posted that this Monday.
The chubby little frog thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. I was like, that's fucking sick. I need one of those.
The eyes took me freaking forever because the colors wouldn't blend right.
CJ, we gotta see if we can find a file of that, because I just want to size that up to like 500 and print it.
It's on Thingiverse. Look up Vanderhob on Thingiverse.
I'm gonna check that out, dude, because I saw it and I was like, I want that just on my desk as like a paper holder for like on top of my notes for D&D.
Yes, I have 3 of them right now. I painted the one, but I have I think 18 Bullywugs, a Froghemoth, 3 Vanderhobs, and then I have like 6 giant toads of different sizes. That's like, I wanted to make like a little Bullywug village because I just love frog folk so much.
Yeah.
And just frogs are so cool. And I thought it would be I thought it would be a fun theme thing, because I could do it with the minis, I could do it with the terrain, and then I'm even going to do, I haven't started these yet, but I'm going to do flat pieces that's just going to be like swamp tiles of just like the water with like, I'm thinking about printing some, I got files for like dead, like fallen trees or like tree stumps. I'm going to print a bunch of those. I'll paint them up, glue them in place. So that way it'll all be one system. So I'll put down the tiles, and then I'll put the stackers on top of that. And then I'll put the huts on there. And then I'm even going to do like bridges that'll like connect all of it to make it look like it's like different islands where like they have like all the bridges that go around all the way, and you can like kind of walk through the whole village.
Yeah, dude, I have a bunch of shit on my desk that I have not touched yet. I have a ninja, I have an executioner, I have a giant size mimic knight, I have a tiefling gunslinger, I think it's a ranger on like flying on a little drake, and then I have shit, I don't remember what it's called. CJ, for the one shot I ran, what is the creature I had you guys fight?
Oh, the false hydra.
Oh damn, dude, that's why like you were like one of my favorite people ever, because you were like day one, dude. You're like, oh, this, and this. I was like, dude, I don't even remember what the fuck that was. You're like day one. Fun.
Well, and the thing is, that was like the thing I was listening to most recently. I'm a binge watcher all the way, or listener. So as soon as I like started listening to your podcast, I was like, this is what I'm listening to until I caught up, because I was kind of caught up on some other stuff I was listening to. And I'm like, because I'm trying to there's so many podcasts. I'm following so many people, and it's hard to listen to everybody's content. So I try to do as much as I can, like on Instagram where I share people's stuff, but I haven't necessarily gotten to listen to everything yet. Because I only have so much time. And whenever I get hooked on one, I really stick with it until I get caught up. So Nat 1 and done, I got hooked on real quick. And so that was like the most recent thing I had listened to. So it was like fresh in my mind. It was really cool meeting all you guys, getting to play in a one shot with you.
Yeah, dude, for sure, man. I really enjoyed when we played. So that's gonna bring me into my next question. What was your inspiration for your character in that one, the Jour Knights one shot?
Honestly, I think a lot of the credit goes to CJ because I've not had a lot of experience with character creation. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I kind of want to play. I'm like, I like barbarians, but I want to play something different. But I don't want to give up the like kind of the ability to fight. But I also want to play a spellcaster. But I also want to be a healer. And he's like, dude, I got you. So then he just started sending me some stuff, and I looked into it. And he's like, pick this feat, and then kind of do these stats, and then pick these spells. I was like, all right, cool. So really, a lot of it was CJ. And then I'm like, I wanted to play a Dragonborn, so he recommended the what is it? The what background was it? The what was it called? The species where it's I'm blanking on it. It's basically where you just get to pick your ancestry.
Custom lineage.
Custom lineage. That's what it is. And so I just Dragonborn fit that the most, and it worked out really well. And then I was like, I want to be a gold Dragonborn for sure. And then so it was a paladin sorcerer, which was perfect because with the paladin you got the health, you got the fighting, and then you also got the healing. But then with the sorcerer, you could be a spellcaster. So I kind of got to play a little bit of everything.
Yeah, dude, me and you build the same way. I was like, I want to be able to fucking take a hit, but I also want to be able to magically give it back.
Yes, exactly.
That's why
Cuddly Fluffles was a lot of fun.
Oh my god, he's like top tier. He's like somebody I would want to play at some point again.
Yes.
But what would you say would be your next character build?
My next character build is what I'm currently playing now. We're in a few of us creators with Bard's Tavern. He's the DM. We're doing a campaign right now. It's called Tacos and Tales, and I'm a Harengon warlock, but I'm gonna be a warlock bard.
Oh damn, that's the thing, dude. I've always wanted to play a bard, but I've never been able to get the hang of it. That's like the one. There's like two classes that always elude me, and I just can't ever play them. It's bard, and then what is it, artificer?
Oh, artificer's cool.
Yeah, dude, I just can't. I can't figure it out. The mechanics of it just escapes me.
It seems like a really complicated class to play because there's just so much you can do.
It's a very fun class to play. I love it.
I feel like the majority of like the fun part is building the character, because recently me and CJ joined Coffee and D&D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we just made characters, and I spent maybe like a week and a half building a character, and then CJ's like, checked out this character, and he just fucking blew my character out of the water. I was like, man, fuck you and your extreme builds. Because he'll make like, he makes like 6 builds, and then he like starts narrowing down on what he wants, and then he starts adding to that.
Sounds about right.
I'm gonna be an artificer rogue.
Nice. That sounds like a cool combo.
Yeah, I'm playing a gunslinger necromancer.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I've got a
good gunslinger.
I've got a +12 to stealth, +12 to sleight of hand, like +13 to investigation. I'm beefy.
Dang.
Yeah. I think my stealth is higher than his, but I think just by barely.
That's awesome. So I'm playing a Hexblade warlock, and then I'm going to multi-class into a College of the Swords bard. So I'll do 3 levels of bard, and then I'm going to do basically warlock until the campaign is over, because I think we're ending around like 10 or 12.
Okay.
And then I might do 1 level of rogue depending on where the warlock ends, because I'm not going to end it on a level where you gain nothing other than like a bonus, because I want the expertise for rogue. So even if I take level 1 in rogue, I'll still get expertise and then plus proficiencies in like 4 different things. So it'll add to my. So it'll definitely give like a big boost even towards the end without having to like do a like a subclass of the rogue. Yeah, I was going to do a swashbuckler rogue, but then I decided to go bard because I thought that'd be cool. Because again, I could heal, but I can also like buff, and then I can like take away from like enemies. So I thought that would be cool.
It's a real control position right there.
Yeah, but then I can also, with the warlock, I can still use weapons, and then I can still cast spells. And then bard also adds a lot of spells you can do, and then adds more spell slots. Because a level 1 warlock only has 1 spell slot, 1 level 1 spell slot.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, well, that's crazy.
Dude, I love playing warlocks, but for that exact reason, I have not played a warlock in a minute.
Yeah, and that's why oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and that's why I'm the lesser-known subclass for rogue of Arachnoid Stalker.
I have not heard of that one. That sounds cool.
Yeah, dude, he picks the most obscure fucking classes and then brings them out like if everybody knows what they are.
That's awesome.
So He's like, you've never heard of the tri-tip wizard? I'm like, a barbecue wizard?
No, that's my muscle wizard, man.
It's not. I swear to God, he's not even a fucking wizard. It's just a fucking. It's a bully that bullies you into thinking he can do magic. That's what it is. He basically
That's
picks
hilarious.
on you. He picks on you until you think he can do magic.
Hey, he was the initial starter of finger guns, all right?
I'm not gonna lie. That's where I got the inspiration for finger guns. I was like, I have
That's
to take.
awesome.
I was like, I gotta take finger guns. Those are great. Yeah, dude. But Warlock, like, the more you play Warlock, like the higher levels you get, the more you get like bonus shit that doesn't rely on like spell stuff.
Yeah.
Because we did a one shot with Coffee and D&D before we had joined when we were still doing Nat 1, and he's like, yeah, well, we're like level 20, right? He let us go to like a really high up level, and I was like,
Dang.
I'm gonna do like just straight Warlock. And
Oh,
I did
that's cool.
I did Fey Ancestry, and I had so much cool shit that I never even got to use. I got banished early on.
Fey Ancestry looks really cool. I went with the Fiend, just because it made more sense with my backstory. But yeah, it's been a really fun build, and then it got me. So I'm wanting to play, because I've been doing the frogs. I'm wanting to play a frog folk. If I can ever find I might have to do a homebrew one, but and then I want to do a druid ranger.
Okay.
Because it sounds like it'd be fun.
Frog folk might be on D&D Wiki.
I will check, because whenever I originally looked, I haven't had time to do that much research yet, but I didn't see anything like immediately. I was like, I'll have to look later.
Yeah, dude, druids are fucking top tier. I love playing druids. They're like real squishy, but they're so fun to play.
They sound like fun, and I thought a ranger would be a cool combo, because to me, like, a frog is like fast, stealthy, and I didn't want to play a rogue because I've seen like rogues a lot, and they're cool, but I really wanted to do something that like I've never seen, never really dealt with. So a ranger druid combo seemed cool to me.
Yeah, for sure, that's a top tier. All right, man. So we're gonna move on to the next segment where you have your D4 on you, right?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty. So you're gonna go ahead and roll that D4, and then I'm gonna let you know what game you're gonna be playing against CJ.
All right, that is a chat one and done, y'all.
Nice.
Hey.
So the game you are gonna be playing is Dungeons and Decisions, our newest game that we just added. So it's basically a multiple question game where we're gonna have 6 questions where the questions get increasingly tougher. They get increasingly harder. You'll get a point for everyone you get correct, and you'll get a negative for everyone you get wrong. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points is the winner. And CJ, as of right now, I went back and I did the count. You are 3 losses and 2 wins.
Damn.
All time.
Well, you're about to tie that, because I am not a quick thinker.
It's
Alright.
okay. Neither am I.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the easy question. Ready?
All right.
All right.
So I'll get an answer from both of you guys, and then I'll let you know if you guys got it right. So question 1, what does AC stand for in Dungeons and Dragons? A, action count, B, armor class, C, arcane channeling, or D, attack calculations?
B.
All right, you say B, CJB?
Yeah, it's armor class.
Yep, you
Yeah.
both got that correct.
All right.
All right, number 2, which of the following is a D20 roll used for in 5e? A, determining hit points, B, rolling initiative, C, calculating passive perception, or D, adding spell slots?
It would be B, I believe.
Okay. CJ, what is your answer?
Rolling initiative.
All right, so B, so correct. All right, see, it's not so hard. You guys got this.
All
All right, now we're heading to the medium question. What is the default ability modifier added to melee weapon attacks unless otherwise specified? A, intelligence, B, wisdom, C, strength, or D, constitution?
Strength.
Okay. CJ, what do you say?
I'll go with con.
Okay. So C is correct. It is strength.
All right.
So John got that one. CJ, you missed that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. So this is a medium hard question. Number 4. Which of the following races has dark vision by default in 5e? A, halfling, B, tiefling, C, dragonborn, or D, human?
It'd be tiefling, right?
All right. So you say B, CJ?
Tieflings do indeed have dark vision.
All right. You guys are both correct. All right. Now this is the hard question. Ready? It's
All
number
right.
5. At level 5, wizards cast magic missile using a 3rd level spell slot. How many darts are fired? A, 3 darts, B, 5 darts, C, 7 darts, or D, 9 darts?
5, I believe.
5. I was gonna say 5 too.
All right, you are both correct because it is base 3 darts plus 1 per slot above first level. So 2 extra at third level equals a total of 5. That's D&D
Yeah.
math. That's so
I know.
complicated.
I was trying to remember the math for it because I've seen the spell used so many times, and I'm like, wait, what was the conversion after the first level? And I could not remember.
Okay, so this is the 6th question. This is the final one, and it is an expert level question.
Oh, fuck.
No, dang.
Okay. So the counter spell requires a reaction to cast. What level of spell can it automatically counter without a check? A, 2nd level or lower, B, 3rd level or lower, C, 4th level or lower, or D, any level.
What was the question again? Sorry.
The counterspell spell requires a reaction to cast. What level of spell can it automatically counter without a check? A, 2nd level or lower, B, 3rd level or lower, C, 4th level or lower, or D, any level.
I think it's 4th level or lower, and then anything else you have to upcast it.
Okay, so that's 4th. CJ, what is your answer?
B.
B.
I was thinking 3rd level too.
All right, so the answer is B. So
Dang.
CJ got that one. Damn, you guys tied.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 3rd level, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna go 4th because I knew you had to upcast it to do anything else, but I couldn't remember what the minimum was.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys ended in a tie.
How about we roll a d20 and we do the tiebreaker that way?
Okay, we could do that.
Do you want? I'll let Rudy can roll it, and then do you want to do like evens odds or like below 10, above 10? How do you want to do it? I'll let CJ
Hold
decide.
on. Do you guys want to do a D20 or do you want me to give you one more expert level question?
I say one more question.
One more question.
If it ends in another tie, we'll do the D20.
All right, cool.
I think this is the first time you've tied, CJ.
I think so.
Okay. So a beholder uses its anti-magic cone. Which of these is true? A, all spells are dispelled instantly. B, magic simply doesn't function in the cone. C, it only cancels illusionary spells. Or D, it affects enemy casters. It only affects enemy casters.
I'm gonna say B.
B, CJ?
I believe it's B.
Yep, it's B, so we ended another tie.
Dang, I think I have just enough knowledge to.
Alrighty. Yeah, so you guys tied on that one. So you guys want to do a D20 roll each, and then we'll see what you guys get.
Are we going higher number wins, or what are we doing?
Yeah, we'll do higher.
Okay.
You will have to give me a second to go grab my D20.
Sweet.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty, buddy.
All right.
All right, how we doing this?
All right. We ready? I got my D20.
Alrighty, so go ahead and roll them, and then let me know what you guys get at the same time.
Uh,
3.
I got a 13.
a 13.
I got a 5.
Damn, CJ got another win.
Hey.
All right, so CJ, you are now 3-3.
Ah, dang it. That was close, though. I'm surprised
That
I knew
was.
that much.
That was a good fucking game. That was a good fucking game.
Hell
That
yeah.
was pretty good. I could not remember the Dispel Magic one. I had I think I had read it somewhere like when I was skimming through one of the books, and I'm like, I know that it has something to do like it. Yeah, so I shot in the dark and I got that one right, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, you went to a tie with CJ.
That's why I love and see at the risk of sounding different because on the strength con all that I was gonna go strength because that seemed more right, but I was like, you know what, I'll try con because I don't want to be at risk for sounding like I'm just mimicking, but then all the other questions it's been the exact same fucking answers, so I'm like, damn it, I should have just went with my gut in the first one.
No, see, the thing was when you said Khan, I'm like, fuck, he's right. Because I'm like, it's CJ, he's got to be right. So
With his 50 fucking character builds a month, he knows
Yeah.
everything.
well, I would have thought that, like, I was like, damn it, I should have changed.
No,
Yeah,
that was a good game.
Yeah, that was a close one.
I like this one because it can be a blend of knowledge and luck, because some of them, the answers that it gives as options, 2 of them will sound super fucking close. So you either
Yes.
really have to know that for certainty is the right answer, or you're just like, this one, I think it sounds the most right. At least I hope it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I was with the magic missile. I'm like, I know how the spell works, and I'm pretty sure it's 5 because anything up, you add 1 per level. But I'm like, I can't remember it, but 5 sounds the most correct.
Yeah, I was looking through them. I was like, I would not know the answer to any of these.
Yeah, I did an educated guess on some of them.
It paid off. You went to a tie with them.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I built too many characters.
Yeah, you know too much. I don't like that. Because the whole thing was, if by the end of season 1, if he has more wins than losses, I have to take him to go eat dinner. So I gotta go pay for his dinner. So I was like, that's why I'm always on the guest side.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking CJ loves his sashimi. I was like, I'm always fucking rooting for the guest to win. So now you're 3-3, my guy.
Dang, sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, it's all good. Close. Yeah, it was
close.
It was real close. It just literally came down to fate on that one.
That was a fucking great one, and I'm honestly surprised I didn't get fucking torred on that roll.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of banking on. Like, let's roll a D20. I was like, fuck yeah.
I was debating on if I wanted to use my EV dice, my EVD20, or my custom chunk EVD20, because I'm like it's a 50 or no, it's a 75 millimeter. It's big.
Ooh, yeah,
it's like tennis beefy. Ball sized, and I should have used it. This would have been a good time for it, but I didn't want it to be too loud because it is a chunky dice.
I was waiting. I was like, you're like, it's a 75. I was like, ooh, that would have been great just for the audio.
Yeah, I can roll it for you real quick if you want.
Yeah, do it. Let's see what it sounds like.
All right, let me get my dice tray cleaned out. I got like 3 sets of dice in there right now. All right. I'm going to get it real close to the camera. You ready? Or the microphone. You ready?
Yep. Oh, my God. That sounds like you hit a coconut with a baseball bat.
Exactly. It is awesome. So I don't know if you saw, but I won that giveaway from Nat 20 Dicery when they hit 500 followers, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And so they made me a set. It's 9 dice, and it's all the regular dice plus 2 so 1 crystal D6 and 1 barrel D6 to get all the colors of the evolutions.
Yeah.
So they did them all in the color schemes of them, and then they wanted me to make them a dice tray, which is the one that you see in a lot of their videos now, the gray one.
Yeah.
So we traded a set of dice for that, and then they're like, we threw in a little surprise with your dice, and that was the custom chonk D20.
Dude, that is so cool.
And there's a little Eevee on the inside, and they have a little a cool pour. And I posted the video of it, so you can see it on my page. But super cool. These are my favorite dice, hands down. My son loves them. He's a big fan of Pokemon, and when he saw the chonk, he was like immediately like, I need to spin that. So
I'm about to reach out to him and be like, hey, if I send you a bunch like those little wonky plastic like Yu-Gi-Oh toys, like the little keychain ones, what can you do with this?
Yeah, they would definitely do it. They're super cool. Like, I'm in the process of building a bunch of stuff for them right now.
Yeah. That's so cool though. Like looking at your page, dude, you were like the biggest advocate for like the smaller like podcasts and like anything D&D. Like, it's so wholesome seeing that you're like, oh well, yeah, dude. Like, I'll advertise you. Like, I'll put outreach for your stuff. And it's so cool to like have that sense of community though. Like when the smaller podcasts and all that stuff. Everybody
has been so welcoming and kind, and it has been such an awesome community to be a part of. And right now, like financially, I cannot support anything. I can't really buy a lot of stuff from people. I can't really like do a whole lot of stuff that way, but I can share your stuff. I can comment. I can hype you up. So I do as much of that as I can. Because sometimes that's all people need to keep going.
Oh yeah, dude, just that little bit of fucking inspiration to keep going. Like, dude, that's what I love, dude. Like, on pretty much everything we post, you're always like one of the first ones to be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, it is definitely. I love the hype. I love the community, and I really like it is such a cool group of people. Everybody has been so welcoming and so helpful. Like everybody, like they've given me tips on how to like boost my page. They've like collaborated with me. And then so I do as much of that as possible. So if you ever like, again, if anybody ever wants to collab with me, you know, for the most part, I'll accept as long as it's like D&D related or at least like similar to what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm always down to help people out.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what I was like. I always like going to your page and like it's so fucking cool to see like you have like posts for like a bunch of different like people on there. I was like, that's what it's all
Yeah.
really about, dude. It's like it's because it's a smaller community now. Because we've always talked about it, like with like the bigger companies, like they're buying people like the smaller podcast out,
Mhm.
and it's cool to see that we have like a small little community where everybody can get along and like support each other. I think it's always
Yeah.
really. I always thought that was pretty cool, and like I think it's like the best part about like D&D is like it's a weird. We're just fucking weirdos when we all want to play D&D.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've got a lot of stuff lined up in the next few weeks with some other creators, and I think honestly, my favorite thing is collaborating. So, like when you guys reached out for the podcast, I was like, hell yeah. And then some people have got we're talking about some one shots, we're talking about other podcasts, and it's just a lot of fun. And this is honestly like been a great experience with D&D and just getting to meet all you guys. And honestly, it was really cool playing the one shot with you guys because I had been listening to you for so long. I felt like I had known you. Like, you know how that whole thing where you like listen to people or you watch a show and you
Yeah,
feel like you know these people, but they have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
So it's like really cool getting to actually be someone that you now know. So it like kind of goes both ways now.
yeah,
Oh hell yeah, brother.
yeah,
For
dude. Because
sure.
when we played, you just like you slid in there perfectly, man. You're like
Yeah.
it's like you've been playing with us for fucking years.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot
Oh
of
yeah,
fun.
dude.
Really cool first experience. I really appreciate that.
Hell yeah, dude. So we're gonna
That's
move
what
on.
it's all about.
Yeah, dude. That's literally what it's all about. Just a small community coming together, and we're all working together just to have fun.
Hell yeah. And hopefully we can all grow together. So we all boost each other. We all grow together. We can all become successful together.
Yep. You got to bring everybody with you.
Absolutely. It's more fun that way,
Oh,
even if
yeah.
it's slower.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. I know. I was telling CJ I kind of want to try to make like a one shot for like Halloween time because I love doing.
Yeah.
I love doing holiday themed like one shots because
Mhm.
I'm not the greatest DM. Like my storytelling is like like I can come up with a story, but the execution is like the hardest part for me. But I would love to make like a one shot and just have a bunch of like random like content creators come on and just play like a one shot.
Yes, that would be so much fun. I'm game, so I'll definitely play if you want.
Hell
And
yeah, dude.
also, don't just count yourself short because when I listened to the one shot that you did, I didn't think that at all. It sounded great. You did a really good job. It was really cool, and I loved the false hydra. I had a suspicion, like probably halfway through the second part, I'm like, it's got to be a false hydra. And the reason is I had just watched a video from, I think it's Arlentric is
Yeah.
the creator, and he was talking about false hydras. So it was just more of a coincidence thing where I'd like recently heard about what they were. So I'm
Yeah.
like, this sounds like a false hydra. And it was really, really cool. Everybody played really cool characters. The voices were cool. The story was really cool.
Yeah.
So you did a good job. You're doing a good job.
Like that's what I said, dude. Like I'd love writing the stories and like the plot and all that, but I would probably hand it down to like a more experienced DM to run it. But I would love to just make like a Halloween because I love doing shit for like holidays. Like
Yeah.
I did a one shot like a couple years back for like CJ and our buddy Zero,
Mhm.
where it was a Christmas one where Santa got kidnapped and they had to help Krampus get him back. And then like the
Oh, nice.
BBG of the one shot was just Mariah Carey.
That's hilarious.
All right, man. So we're gonna move on to our final segment of the show. So it's called One Roll to Rule Them All. So you're basically gonna tell us a time when a D20 kind of made it like your roll was perfect, it was on point, and it made it a day to remember. And then when a nat one just completely screws you over.
All right, so the D20, it was during our de jour nights one shot. We'd gone up against those sand drakes, I think is what they were, and I used a chromatic orb, and I rolled a nat 20 and critted it, and it just exploded. And that was my first nat 20. So it was real cool to me because it's like I got to just obliterate this thing, like, and it was like for no reason, like just it was way over damage, like because it was already like low, so I didn't even need the crit, but just the fact that I got a crit and just absolutely obliterated it made it so much better.
You're like,
And
I just
then-
gotta blow that thing up.
Absolutely. And then my nat 1, I was playing, I don't know if you've seen it, but I was on Flintlock and Fog, and it's a new game system, and the guy who made it is play testing it right now, and he's kind of just working through some stuff. So I was a play tester or a beta tester, and I got to a part where I was getting ready to like the whole point was to go to this house. It was Frankenstein's house. I was playing as his friend, And then I had to go in, grab a couple things, get out, burn his lab so that nobody else could go through his stuff. Well, I got every explosive, every chemical, everything that was flammable in that basement in his lab, and I put it in the center. And then I made a Molotov cocktail out of some alcohol that I had. And when I went to chuck it, I had to roll to see if I could make it out the window in time, and I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
So I had fallen off of the table into the basement, and it exploded, and I took like 20-something points of damage. Almost died.
Oh,
and so while the house was burning, and I made these little like shrapnel bombs out of like gunpowder, and I threw like nail. I was going for like just this giant explosion, and so I had like shrapnel everywhere and like flames everywhere. Luckily, my nat 1 saved me in a way because I had fallen behind a desk, so it took most of the blast, so none of the shrapnel hit me. But the force, I had like 20-something points of like force damage, and then I also continuously took fire damage like every round trying to make it out of the house.
God damn.
Yeah. You were your own worst enemy on that one.
I absolutely was.
Dude, you legit said, no one kills me but me.
Exactly. And it was funny because whenever he was telling me about the one shot, he's like, I don't even know if you're going to be able to make it out because I might have made it like too difficult. And he's like, so we'll see if you survive the night. Well, I did, but barely.
That's funny that the only thing that almost took you out was yourself.
Exactly. No, and if you watch the video, you can see when I got the nat 1 because he was like, oh no, nat 1. I'm like, nat fucking 1.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
so definitely killed the mood because it was like this badass moment where I was going to throw this Molotov cocktail, run out the window. It was going to be this big explosion, action movie scene, and I fucking stumble and fall back into it.
It could have been worse. It could have been like, yeah, nat 1, like, oh, well, I'm like, what happens, DM? Like, you're running, you trip over your own feet, and then cartoon style, the fucking bottle lands on you.
Yep.
Straight up put yourself on fire.
And you're burnt to a crisp.
Exactly. That's where I thought it was going. As soon as I saw the nat 1, I'm like, fuck, I'm dead. But I lived. And then at the end of it, we designed a custom item to go in the game. So now it's part of the game. Whenever he does the official release, this item will be a part of the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Dude, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Speaking of cool and fun shit, is there anything that you got going on that you would like to plug?
Really the biggest thing is just my Instagram. So it's just at GamingCreations on Instagram. And I mean, that's really where I post everything. I have a Facebook, but that's more of my, I do custom woodworking, and that's more like my cabinetry, tables, more like professional stuff, but I'm not super active on that page anymore. So Instagram is like my only thing. And I think that's honestly the only thing I have the capacity for right now. So check me out, GamingCreations on Instagram, and you might see cool stuff every once in a while. Sometimes I have some cool stuff. I am working on some new projects currently. The wood burnings with the D&D groups has been my most recent thing, and that's been a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome, my guy. Keep up with the creativity. Never let that fade. And with that, I believe it is time for us to close our tavern doors. But a big thanks to our guest, Mr. John, GamingCreations, for dropping by and sharing some epic tales from the world of gaming. We have laughed, we've learned, and honestly, we probably were on the course of rolling more nat 1s than we would have liked to, but that was set aside for one night. But if you did have fun hanging out with us, share the love, spread the name of the Chat One Tavern and also of our good friend GamingCreations, and make sure that you tell your party to meet us here for the next round. But until next time, may your loot be legendary, your dice stay lucky, and your respawn timers, may they please be merciful.
Legends fall and rise for fun. One bad roll, but we don't run. We fight through fire in the setting sun. Chat one and done. Glory current, loaded ponds. From curses scrolls to demon tongues, we game to You can break out, but you'll never break